I'm cashing out my IRA early to start my business. Have I gone crazy? What about the penalties? What about the taxes? We're going to dive right into that here today because I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. And we'll show you some of the ramifications of this as well from the tax perspective that I think you might find interesting. So this will be fun. I can't wait. So don't forget to subscribe. Down below, always thumbs up, comments. The whole thing helps me a lot here at the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. So you see I got my fresh cut here. One of the ways you save money, my friends, is getting your spouse to cut your hair. I'm telling you right now, look at that. Perfect. 15 minutes of time, and we're good to go. And no, what, $15, the $5 tip to those good ladies who do your hair at the barbershop. So let's dive right into this. All right, so the premise is I was making pretty good money. I mean, I've been making well over $100,000 a year for going on 10 years now, making good money. The commute was killing me. So I quit my last job at USAA in 2017, early part of 2017, because the commute in Atlanta was just driving me crazy. I took a job with an RIA, registered investment advisor, up in Kingsport, Tennessee, and that wasn't going to work. And then I took another job with a RIA up in New Hampshire because I'm from Maine originally. I thought, hey, it might be kind of cool to move back to the Northeast. I just can't work for somebody else. I need to do it myself because there's just too much I need to share with the world. Whether or not the world wants to hear it is up to you. But anyway, working for another firm, as I get older, I realize I can't do that anymore. So, and both those firms are getting paid well for sure. No other way around that. But I couldn't do it. So I said, you only live once. Let's rock and roll. I got a little bit saved up in my 401k, which is now an IRA. Let's make it rain or we'll go broke. One of those two things. My wife was on board. We like where we live. The kids are well established at school. My oldest is going to Georgia Tech, so we didn't want to move. We didn't want to commute, and we're going to make a go at this. But the problem, of course, is when you're 48 years old and you got your money in an IRA and you got no other income coming in, well, you still got bills. We still got a mortgage, the whole thing. So you can be pulling money out of your IRA to cover those expenses. And that IRA money will be A, taxable as income for sure, ordinary income, and B, it'll be a 10% premature withdrawal, all right, because you're taking out before you're 59 and a half and before one of the exceptions. Now, I don't know the exact exception when it comes to taking money out of an IRA to pay for COBRA. I just don't know. So there might be more benefits that I'm going to show you here. We'll probably dive into that in a different episode. We might do this in 2 or 3 episodes, actually, because I tell you, man, I love doing this. I love it. I love being self-employed. I love doing my own thing. I'm telling you right now, it'll be worth the taxes I show you here in just a second. So, all right, let's dive right into this. And again, there might be some things I'm missing in terms of using your IRA money to pay for health insurance premiums. If that's not subject to the penalty, that's fantastic. And I think it might be actually. I think that might be part of the exemption or the qualified exceptions. I just don't know. But other things too, business expenses. I don't know. We're just doing simple, the plain simple as we possibly can. We have IRA. And we have income we need. All right, that's it. We have no income coming in, but we'll be expenses. We have an IRA and we got expenses. The IRA will have to be withdrawal to meet those expenses. What are the ramifications? All right, so let's just give you a brief kind of look at this here real quick. And this, obviously, I'm using Bob and Jane YouTube. This won't be me specifically, but you get the gist. We got Bob and Jane YouTube. I'll show you the profile here real quick. They got 250,000 roughly in Jane's IRA. All right, so I got 250,000 Jane's IRA, it's a tax-deferred account, and we just have the Vanguard Life Strategy Growth Fund. And for this, it doesn't matter. We got a house at $400,000. It's literally that's it. It's paid for, so no mortgage or anything. We're just using as simple as we can. We don't have any goals. All right, no goals at all, other than retiring at 67. Don't care about any of this right now. The income we have is nothing. We got no income coming in. As you can see there, no income coming in. It's Bob's salary, big fat goose egg. Jane's salary, big fat goose egg. So we got no income coming in right now at all. We have savings. We're not putting any money away because we don't have any income coming in. We have no employer plan. And now here's the expenses. $5,000 for pre-retirement living expenses. That's all we're doing, man. We're doing $5,000 for pre-retirement living expenses a month. So that's $60,000 a year we've got to have coming in to pay the bills. All right, so 60,000 years we got coming in, and for Bob and Jane, they got 4 kids. We got child 1, child 2, child 3, and child 4. Child 1 is 18 years old. All right, child 3, and you can see that 18, 15, 11, and 10. That seems familiar. Oh, it is. All right, so that's where we're sitting at. And if we look at the dashboard, again, this won't be reflective of me specifically because I do have a mortgage. But as you can see here, Jane's IRA, $250,000, and their joint home, $400,000. All right, so that's what we're looking at. So now we go to retirement, and we're going to show you the cash flows on this, and then we'll go into look at the 1040 specifically. Again, don't care about all this because the minute you're not working anymore, your proposed plan is going to drop off a cliff because it says you have no income coming in, and the only amount of income that's coming in is from your IRA. So you're essentially retiring early is what you're doing. You're reducing your retirement assets to be used in the future to use those now. And if things don't pick up, you're going to run out of money. And if you don't know that going into this, then don't do it. I'm just telling you right now. When I was running these numbers before at my $130,000, $140,000 a year salary, my retirement projections look great without question, but I wasn't loving it. And so I said, I want to love it, and I'm willing to risk a 0% probability of success in order to love it, and hopefully that will pay off in the future. Who knows? Remains to be seen. So we shall see. So cash flows, let's go to this. So okay, let me get rid of this here real quick. So here's the cash flows. As you can see, I got expenses of $5,000 a month. All right, that's what we're looking at, $5,000 a month. We're adjusting that each and every year with a 3% inflation. And we got tax payments. And again, I don't care all about this. We're going to run out of money from Jane's 401k/IRA shortly because we're pulling $60,000 a year out. All right, so you can see we got $60,000 in expenses, and we have $67,100 in taxes. So our outflows are $67,000 a year from expenses and taxes, which means we're having to pull $67,000 a year from our portfolio to meet those expenses. Hope that makes sense. And if we go to income flows, we got nothing. No salary, nothing. No Social Security, no self-employment, nothing. Again, we're assuming that we're not making any money whatsoever. We're just getting the party started with our business. Other inflows, we got nothing. There's no other inflows. All right, I cannot make it clear. The only inflows we got coming in are distributions from IRA. Expenses, we got. I kept insurance premium in there. I'm not sure why, but anyway, $5,000 a month. And again, I'm just throwing all things into this one living expense. So that's it. And $200 for some kind of life insurance. I probably could have taken that out, but whoop-de-doo. And then other expenses, as you can see, are nothing. All right. So now we go to tax. Oh, let's go to accounts though. And so we'll show you the ending balance. So remember, we start with 250 and we're going at roughly a 7% clip. So 250 minus the 67 we're taking out, 67,000 plus the 7% growth. Traditional IRA is now down to 200 next year, 140 the following year, 82 the following year, and then it's wiped out in year 5. So if we can't make it happen in year 5, we're going back to work. And then you can see that's the ending balance of accounts when we're wiped out. Then we have withdrawals from accounts right here. And so that's the total amount of money that's got to come out with taxes. We got $5,000 a month is our spending. Then we're increasing that $5,000 a month with a 3% inflation plus the taxes. So basically 67,000, 69,000, 71, 73, and then it's wiped out. All right, so let's take a look at what the tax thing looks like. So this is interesting now because I think a lot of people get all wrapped around the axle here. They say, oh my goodness, you're going to get killed taxes. All right, so remember, there's 6 of us, my wife, me, and my 4 kids. All right, so we got 6 of us. Our IRA distributions, line 15A. Oh, and by the way, I'm getting ready to do another video on the 1040 because this is going to be completely different next year. So if you're used to saying line 37, line 43, line 44, and things of that nature, those are all going to be different now. The new 1040 is coming out. It's pretty interesting. All right, so IRA distributions, line 15A. That's our IRA distribution, $67,000 because of $5,000 a month, $60,000 to live on, plus the taxes of $7,000. Huh? Tax is $7,000. Let's see if we have a 10% penalty on IRA distributions, which is $6,000. Wouldn't we? And then we on top of that we have $60,000 coming out taxable as ordinary income. Why are we only having $7,000 of taxes on a $60,000 IRA premature distribution? So let's scroll on down. And so what you see here is we got $66,888 is our adjusted gross income because that's IRA distributions plus taxes. We subtract out our standard deductions, which is $24,000 for my wife and me. So we have taxable income of $42,000 right here, $42,888. All right. So our tax is $4,700. All right. So we got to pay $4,700 in taxes. because of the tax rate that we have on this amount right here, the six. So essentially what's happening is the tax form is going backwards and kind of backing into this number right here. And I'll show you here in just a second. But essentially what they're saying is your income tax on those distributions with the penalty included now are $4,700. But I have education credits of $2,500 and I get child tax credits of $6,000. Child tax credits, I get no income coming in. It's $1,500 a pop. And I think that's actually $2,000 a pop this year, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so either way, so what we're showing you get education credits, $2,500 and child tax credits. Yeah, I'm almost positive they're $2,000 a year this year with a $1,400 refundable credit. Anyway, but remember a credit that offsets your tax dollar for dollar. A credit is so much more valuable than a deduction. So what happens here is because a credit offsets the tax, I actually owe nothing here. That $4,700 of taxes due, they're wiped out for my credits. There is no taxes due whatsoever. The only tax that I have is a $66.89, which is a 10% penalty on the IRA. So the credits stop here, and I don't want to say above the line, but they stop at the taxable income. So essentially here I'm losing, I don't know, what's that, about $4,000 in credits. The only tax I'm paying, though, is a 10% penalty on the IRA distribution. So for me to pay $6,700 in taxes to live, to pull $67,000 out of my IRA in order to start my business, it makes a lot of sense without question. I'm just curious, I hope that makes sense. So again, because of these tax credits, because I got no income, I'm poor. There's no other way around that. Because I got no income and I have the 4 kids, these offset by far any income tax I had from taking those distributions. Would not even debate them, not even close. The only drawbacks, I still have the 10% penalty. So essentially my max tax bracket is 10%, when in fact my taxable income bracket is in the 12%, because $42,000 married filing jointly of taxable income is in the 12% tax bracket. All right. But yet I'm only paying 10%. So I hate to say it's a tax reduction because it's not really tax reduction, but I'm paying a marginal tax rate of 10%, where I'm in the marginal tax bracket of 12. If that makes sense. And so I'm just telling you. So what if we go back here and we go to cash flow, and now we're going to say, instead of taking $5,000 a month, let's take, I don't know, $7,000 a month. So now we're going to take more and see what it does to taxes. All right. So now we're going to say we're going to take 80. Now, again, all I care about, I don't care about the retirement projections look like. It means nothing to me. I just care about what the taxes look like. Because if you're starting business, your retirement projections are irrelevant at this stage. So let's just go back. Now we got $7,000 a month coming from my IRA. So that makes $93,000 a year with taxes. All right. So $93,000 is our total income. And I don't have my trusty calculator. Oh man, I left it in the other room. So 7,000 times 12 is $84,000. That's how much you're going to pull from your IRA. Plus, you're going to have some more in taxes. Presumably, this amount for taxes will be about $9,300. Let's see. So we got $9,300 coming from my IRA. We have $8,000 of taxes, because $93,000 minus your standard deduction makes your taxable income at $69,555, which puts you at a tax of $7,966. But I got credits of $8,500, which offsets that tax. So for me, again, you're pulling now. In this case, I'm well into the 12% tax bracket. In fact, we're even bordering on 22. We're not there. Well into the 12%. But because I have these credits to offset that 12% bracket, I'm actually, in this case, absolutely going to tax reduction, because I'm only paying 10%, $9,300 on top on the IRA distributions, when in fact my bracket is the 12%. Does that make sense? Because my credits are hammering away any of my 12% taxes I owe. And so the only tax I have to pay is a 10% penalty on my IRAs. And again, I'm not even including some of this money that can be used for healthcare, because that is considered an exception. It's my understanding. But again, I don't know. I have to run a different scenario there. All right, so now let's do a couple things here. Let's get rid of a couple kids. So this is going to sound crass, and hopefully this doesn't jinx me, because I just took my kids off to school. So we'll eliminate kid 1. Let's eliminate, see what happens to education credit there. We'll eliminate kid 1, I'm Catholic, so we always do the sign of the cross. If you're Catholic, I'm actually I'm a Jesus lover of all things, but Catholicism is what I was born and raised. So, all right, we eliminated 2 kids. It makes me kind of scared to do that just because I don't want to jinx anything. I don't frankly believe that would happen, but weirder things have. So anyway, now we only have 2 kids now. Let's see what it looks like here for details on the taxes. And we got $99,000 of IRA distributions. Not sure why that went up. In which case, we lost the education credit, all right, education tax credit, because my kid is no longer in college, and we only have $4,000 of child tax credits. So in this case, our total tax is $14,524. So those 2 kids saved me a significant amount of money in taxes. I mean, they almost increased my taxes by 60% by eliminating those 2 children, which that's not good because the child education tax credit is one, and then again, they only have. Now here they got $2,000 as a child tax credit, which is correct. I wonder why they didn't have that before. They had $6,000 on 4, which is $1,500. Huh, interesting. So I'm not sure what that's about. Why would they only have $6,000 before on 4 children for the child tax credit, when now they got $4,000 on 2? Because the child tax credit is $2,000, of which $1,400 are fundable. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. That's interesting. Anyway, so that's it. That's part 1 of this. I'm going to do a couple different scenarios on this, on the taxes and the credits and whatnot, because I think it's pretty important. I don't get why they don't have the same child tax credit. I have to look into that some. And also, I haven't used anything when it comes to paying for health insurance too. So I'll definitely put some health insurance expenses in there as well and see if that changes things. So stay tuned on my series on stopping or taking early IRA distributions with the penalty in order to start your business. It's interesting. So stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe and follow up comments, questions, thoughts. I mean, welcome to this. This is new to me, and I imagine it might be new to you too. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.